Good morning, my dear third grade students. Children, in last class, I explained how do birds fly and the different types of the feathers, isn't it? I given and you all done revise and recall as well as worksheet in your textbook. Now, I will explain where do birds live. What I will explain, children? Where do birds live? Actually, where the birds will live, children? Did you have any idea where the birds will live? Yes, in nests, isn't it? So today our topic is where do birds live? Children, come on, get ready with your textbooks. Wherever I am reading, you have to follow it and listen carefully and watch the video. While I am explaining, please keep your textbook in front of you, follow the video so that you can understand the concept very clearly. So get ready with your textbooks. I'm starting from the where do birds live, page number 190. The place where birds live with their young ones is called a nest. Birds use grass, straw, dry leaves, twigs, pieces of cloth, paper and threads to build their nest. So birds will live in the nest, children. They will build the nest and they will live in the nest with their small young ones because they will lay eggs in the nest, isn't it? So we all live in the house like that. In the same way, the birds will live in the nest. They will build their own nest, isn't it? They will build their nest. So the birds where they will live with their small young ones is called a nest, N-E-S-T, nest. So to build their nest, what the materials are required? Suppose if we want to build our house, what is required? Bricks, cement, sand, stones, isn't it, children? So for the nest, what they require, children? They will require grass, dry grass, or straws, means small dry leaves, and twigs. Twigs means very thin dry stems. Next, pieces of cloth. Next, paper, threads. These are the materials required to build a nest. So the birds will collect the materials to build the nest. Did you see in any time the birds will make a nest in your houses? Isn't it, in your surroundings, in your room, near your house surroundings? Did you see the nest? Most of them have seen the nest, isn't it? So what are the materials used? Do you have any idea? The small twigs, grass, leaves they will use, isn't it, to build the nest. Next, birds use their nest to lay and hatch eggs. Nests also help the birds to protect their eggs and young ones from bad weather and enemies. Birds may build their nest at various places such as on bushes and trees, on roofs of houses, and even on the ground. So children, birds build their nest and they will lay eggs in the nest, and till they hatch out, means till they break, till they hatch out, they will keep their nest very safely. It will protect, isn't it? The birds will protect these eggs from the bad weather, like very hot weather or rain, or from the cool, from very coolness, isn't it? So they will protect their eggs from the bad weather as well as from the enemies, means some other birds might be eaten that eggs. So they will protect their eggs from the enemies as well as the bad weather. Next, they will lay eggs at various places, isn't it? Some of the birds will lay eggs at on the bushy plants, isn't it? Like shrubs. Some of them lay on the roofs of our houses, and some on the big trees, isn't it? Some on the ground also. So how the different types of beaks and claws are there, in the same way the birds also will build different types of nest. All the birds will not build same type of nest, isn't it, children? The nest is not same for all the birds. It will different. How our houses are different? Our all houses are same. Your friend's house and yours house is same? No. Is it different? In the same way, the birds also will build different types of nests. On the trees they will prepare, on bushy trees, or on the ground also they will prepare. Next, now we will learn how the birds will make their nest, how the different birds will make their nests. The tailor bird uses its beak as a needle to sew leaves together using wool and thread. Hence, it is known as tailor bird. it chooses broad leaves and stuffs them with soft material to make the nest cozy. So children, tailor bird. This bird, what it will do to make the nest, it will collect the broad leaves which are very flat, isn't it? It will collect the two leaves and it will, with the help of its beak, it will seed the two leaves together, isn't it? It will stitch the leaves. That's why it is called as tailor bird. It will take the broad leaves and it will stitch the two leaves together by using their needle shape beak. Then it will after building the nest, it will keep some stuff in that so that it can lay the eggs, isn't it? So that's why this bird is known as tailor bird, because how our tailor will stitches our clothes, in the same way this tailor bird, to make it his nest, it will seed the two leaves. So that's why it is called as tailor bird. Next, the weaver bird. The weaver bird uses its beak to weave a strong cup-shaped nest using twigs and dry grass. The nest usually hangs from the branch of a tree. The nest has a small tunnel-like opening at the bottom from where the birds enter. So next, weaver bird. So how it will prepare its nest? With a strong cup shaped. It will weave a strong, and as well as the nest will be in the cup shape. What is the shape of the nest? Cup shape. And see, observe the picture how the weaver bird make a nest. So it will use the small twigs and the grass, and in the this nest will be hang from the branch of a tree. It will hang from the branch of a tree, and it will have a small opening like a tunnel, so that the birds can enter in the nest. So this weaver bird makes its nest. Next, woodpecker. Woodpecker makes holes in tree trunks with its beak to make a nest. So already you know that woodpecker will make a hole with the help of their beak in the large tree trunk, and then it will lay eggs in the nest. Next, penguins. Penguins make their nest on the ground. Since they live in cold places, it is difficult to find twigs and grass in such places. Hence, they make their nest with pebbles and stones. So here, penguin. Penguin is a flightless bird, children. It will not fly. These penguins we can find in the cold places, isn't it? So these penguins we can find in the cold places, and it will as it is a flightless bird, it will not fly. It will prepare their nest. It will make their nest on the ground. And what it will collect, children? Small pebbles and the stones it will collect to make a nest, because in the cold places we will not find so many trees, isn't it? So it is not able to collect the small twigs, dry leaves or grass to prepare the nest. And as well as it is a flightless bird, so on the ground only it will make the nest. See the picture how it will prepare a nest on the ground by using the pebbles, stones, isn't it? So see the picture. Next, birds like fowl and partridge build shallow nests on the ground. They scoop out mud and spread out straw and hay to make the nest soft and lay eggs. They build a nest in grassy fields to remain hidden from predators. So children, birds like fowl as well as partridge, what they will do? They build the nest on the ground. They will build the nest on the ground, like a shallow nest, means under the ground they will make a shallow nest on the ground. So what it will do? It will scoop up the mud. It will scoop up the mud and spread out all the straws and dry leaves, and it will collect, and then it will lay eggs. Observe the picture here how the fowl and partridge will build the nest. So, and they will hide their eggs so that other birds, other predators will not eat this eggs. So they will hide this eggs from other enemies, isn't it? Predators means, children, what do you mean by predators? Predators means the other animals which hunt the animals for their food, for their prey. So that animals are called as predators. So these fowl and partridge will hide their eggs from the predators. Next, owls, parrots and hornbills build their nest mostly in the hollow spaces of mountain walls or trees. Cuckoo does not make a nest. It lays its egg in the crow's nest. The crow looks after its eggs and babies. So children, here owls, parrots and hornbills, these birds will build their nest on the trees. They will make a hole on the trees. They will make a hollow spaces, means the space should be inside the trunk of the tree. They will make a hollow space and then they will lay eggs. Which type of birds? This owls, parrots, hornbills will build their nest on the trees and as well as on the mountain walls. Next, cuckoo. Cuckoo is the bird. It will not make a nest. It will directly lay eggs in the crow's nest. And the crows will look after these eggs. So, this cuckoo bird will lay eggs in the crow's nest. Next, science in context, children. Penguin is the only bird that can walk upright. It can fly, but it cannot fly but can swim. So, children, here penguin, already you know that penguin is a flightless bird, isn't it? So, penguin is the only bird, children. It can walk upright position, isn't it? Next, it cannot fly but it will swim. Okay. Next, we will go to the next paragraph, that is caring for the young ones. So children, already you know that how the animals will take care of their young ones as well as how the human beings will take care of their young ones. In the same way, how the birds will take care of their young ones, we will see. The mother bird lays its eggs in its nest and keeps them warm until they hatch into young ones. The father bird helps to protect the eggs from enemies. Hence the babies hatch out. They cannot fly as they are weak, featherless and cannot see. So the parent birds help them in feeding. They take care of their young ones until they develop feathers and learn to fly and search for food on their own. Children, here birds will make a nest. And what it will do? It will lay eggs in the nest. After that, when it will lay the eggs, this eggs will hatch out. Then a small young one will come out from this eggs. So the mother bird keep these small babies warm, isn't it? As well as this father bird will protect the small young ones from the other enemies, from the other birds. Mother bird, what it will do? It will keep them warm. And the father bird, the father bird will protect these small birds from other enemies. And these babies are, as they are very small, they are very weak because they are very small, and they don't have feathers, isn't it? Because they are very small. Then, and they will not they can't see, isn't it? Because they are too small babies. So this father bird as well as for mother bird will take care of these babies till they learn to fly, isn't it? And they will give a food for them, isn't it? They will feed them So these parent birds will take care of their small young ones. They will feed them until they grown up and they develop their feathers, and then they will learn to fly. After getting the feathers, after they develop the feathers, after these birds will get a feathers, and then they will learn to fly and they become independent, isn't it? So then they can go out and fly and get their food. So these young ones, these birds will take care of these young ones, isn't it, children? So in this lesson, we learn how the birds, different types of claws and different types of beaks, and how they fly, isn't it? And how they will make the nest. In this chapter, we learned. So today, I am giving a task of the day is do the textbook exercises, children. So first, you have to read the lesson, isn't it? First, you have to read the lesson and try textbook exercises A, B, C. Okay? A bit filling in the blanks, B bit true or false, and C bit give 2 examples for each of the following. So first you have to read the lesson and try these textbook exercises. If you are not getting answers, you can refer the hard copy, children. Okay? So first you try, then only you have to refer the hard copy. So try these exercises and take a pic and send to my personal window. Thank you, children.